Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angie here again for another session of Afternoon Science Live at the Headwaters Science Center. Today is rabbit reading, and today I am trying to fill the very wonderful large shoes of Lee. So I will be reading to Orion, and today we're going to be reading a really great book called Poop Eaters by Ellen Lawrence. So this is going to be, I'm sure, a very interesting, very entertaining, maybe even a little bit silly. So let's check it out. Poop Eaters by Ellen Lawrence. And this book is featuring rabbits just about exactly like Orion. So let's start. What's for dinner? A rabbit is nibbling on grass and wildflowers. Then the furry little animal tucks its head between its legs. It gobbles up soft, moist balls of poop coming out of its own backside. Gross! Or is it? As strange as it seems, rabbits need to eat their own poop to be healthy. All right, so I am very much on team you do you. It is never my intent to yuck someone's yum, as they say, but I'm sorry, Orion. I think that's pretty gross. All right, let's move on. Here we have a picture of a rabbit eating its own poop. And guess what? It's not just rabbits that do this. Guinea pigs, another wonderful fuzzy little critter that we have here at the Science Center. Guinea pigs also eat their own poop. It's not just rabbits. Guinea pigs, chinchillas, hamsters, and many other animals are poop eaters too. All right, Orion. I got to admit, that's very strange. Perhaps some of our visitors might think twice about giving Orion a cute little smooch on his little face with that poop breath. Time to eat. Twice! A rabbit gets the nutrients it needs from food and from its own poop. After it eats, the rabbit's meal enters a part of its digestive system called the cecum. Here, the food becomes a special, nutritious poop called cecotropes. The rabbit poops out the squishy, greenish-brown cecotropes and eats them. Then, the cecotropes pass back through the rabbit's digestive system. What's up with that, man? What's up with that? After the cecotropes pass back through the rabbit's digestive system, they are pooped out as dry fecal pellets. And so those dry fecal pellets are the ones that we would see in the litter box in Orion's cage. And so here we have a little diagram of rabbit digestion. So first it eats the food, and then the food travels through the system and it comes out into this squishy, nutritious cecotropes. And then the rabbit eats those cecotropes and they follow the same path again, and they poop out fecal pellets. All right, wow, that's very strange, my friend. Fruity doo-doo. In the forests of New Guinea lives another poop-eating animal called the cassowary. This huge bird gobbles down lots of fruit. The fruit passes through the cassowary's body very quickly. To get enough nutrients, the bird eats its own fruity poop. That way, the nutritious fruit goes through its digestive system a second time. Cassowary chicks are raised by their fathers. The little birds often feed on their dad's mushy poop to get the nutrients they need. All right. I'm sure there's lots of reasons to be glad that we're not cassowaries. but I'm glad that I'm not a cassowary. Poo from parents. Some young animals eat their parents' poop. Why? It's good for their digestive systems. Inside an animal's stomach are millions of tiny bacteria that help digest food. These bacteria also live in feces. Feces is just a fancy science word for poop. Often, baby animals are born without these helpful bacteria. By eating mom or dad's poop, they get some of the bacteria they need to be healthy. All right, so here we have a family of elephants. When a young elephant and rhino calves are ready to eat solid food, their first meal is often mom's dung. And again, dung is just another word for poop. The dung contains bacteria that will help them digest grass and other plants that will eventually eat. And here we have a wonderful action shot of a mother elephant pooping and the baby elephant eating it. All right, being a human isn't so bad. Protection from poison. A mother koala's poop is an essential meal for a baby koala. Adult koalas feed on poisonous gum tree leaves. The animals don't get sick, however, because their guts contain bacteria that break down the poison. Baby koalas, or joeys, eat their mother's poop to take in the special bacteria. This prepares their bodies for a diet of poisonous leaves. Right, this is kind of an icky picture, but here it comes. A mother koala produces a runny, greenish brown poop called pap for her baby to eat. The baby licks the pap from its mother's body. Again, I think that's icky. So here we have a cute little mother and her beautiful little baby nibbling on some poisonous leaves. This is cute and wholesome. That, not so much. Okay. Soupy poop. Not all poop eaters feast on their own waste or the waste of their parents. Some, such as dung beetles, feed on their neighbor's poop. Whether it's elephant or cattle dung, it's all food to a hungry dung beetle. The beetles slurp up the smelly liquid that is found in a fresh pile of dung. They get all the water and nutrition that they need from the wet, poopy pile. Okay, so we've got some beetles on some poop, and there's a dung beetle feeding. There are more than 6,000 different types of dung beetles. Some dung beetles roll that dung into balls, and those are the ones that we probably see on TV all the time. On a roll. Dung beetles that roll poop into balls are known as rollers. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? When it's time to mate, a pair of rollers work as a team to make and bury dung balls. Then, after mating, the female beetle lays an egg in each one. Soon after, a fat white larva hatches from each egg. Then the larva feeds on the poop prepared by the parents. So here we have a picture of some parents rolling up a ball, getting ready to lay the egg for their larva. And right here we have dung beetle larvae. So the poop balls that dung beetles bury are full of nutrients. When the balls break down, these nutrients get mixed into the soil and help plants grow. All right, so imagine having a nursery made out of poop and all of your meals being made out of poop. A stool snack. In Africa, leopard tortoises have an unusual relationship with hyenas. The tortoises eat plants that don't have a lot of calcium. One way the tortoises can get calcium is by gnawing on animal bones. However, they have found an easier way to get the nutrients that they need. They eat hyena poop, which contains crushed bones and loads of calcium. So here we have a picture of a hyena chewing on an elephant leg. And so as the hyena chews and eats those bones, the hyena's poop will be good and calciumy. All right, so here's a picture of that hyena poop and a beautiful leopard tortoise. Now we have tortoises here at the Headwaters Science Center, and we actually sprinkle calcium supplements on top of their food that we feed them. So our tortoise doesn't need to go find hyena poop. We give her an unnatural alternative. All right, whale waste. When a whale poops, it creates an enormous cloud of waste and a huge feast. Tiny ocean plants called phytoplankton feed on the nutrients in whale poop. The phytoplankton are then eaten by small animals called zooplankton. In turn, the zooplankton become food for shrimp, fish, and other animals. Whale poop ends up feeding billions of creatures in the ocean. Whales dive deep underwater to feed on squid and other nutritious foods. Then they poop at the water's surface, hoping to spread those nutrients throughout the ocean. So here we have a lovely picture of some zooplankton and a picture of some sperm whales and their big clouds of poop. Very popular book when I was a kid called Everybody Poops. All right, and the rest of this book is just sort of a little experiment you could do at home if you wanted to. You could use colored pencils to draw a picture of a food chain that shows how whale poop becomes food for other animals. And you could probably do that for any poop that you are particularly interested in. You could make a chain. And then we just have our wonderful glossary, complete with pictures. I'm not going to go through all of that. All right, so that was the book Poop Eaters, and it is actually a series called The Scoop on Poop. So if you enjoyed Poop Eaters, there's also Building with Poop, Poop Cures, Poop Detectives, Poop Power, and Poop's Many Uses. So if you didn't get enough poop today, you can go get some more poop. All right. All right, everyone. Thank you again for joining us for after school or afternoon science live. We always appreciate you watching, interacting, sharing, liking, commenting, all those fun things. So if you're following us here on Twitch, please go check us out on Facebook and YouTube. And if you're on one of those platforms, please come check us out on Twitch and on YouTube. Yeah. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. And